Good morning. Saturday mornings, 10:25. We had a couple people in here right when we opened. We started off with a really cool trade. It is not stuff we normally take, but it's cool. So we got these Masters of the WWE Universe figures. So it's a play on WWE and Masters of the Universe, of course. Ultimate Warrior, Kane, Stephanie McMahon, and Goldberg. And then some really cool PC games. Zone 66. This was a shareware title that was, this version was released by another company called Value Software. And a couple Sierra originals, Alien Legacy, Detroit, Caesar, and The Incredible Machine. Cool. It's currently 12 o'clock and you all must have seen that we were closing early because it's been absolutely slammed. So thanks for everyone who was accommodating with our hours, who wanted to come in today, getting in here before 1:30. Let's go through some of our sales. We sold NBA Live 96 on Super Nintendo, Zelda, the compilation one. I think it's the collector's edition on GameCube with the 4 games. Mario Party 3 on N64, a red N64 controller, Ghost of Yotai on PS5, Blades of Steel and Captain Skyhawk on NES, Skies of Arcadia on GameCube, an N64 shirt, a gift card, $40 gift card, and some mints. And then Pokemon White, Black, White version 2, Black version 2, Inuyasha, Phoenix Wright, and Kirby Superstar Ultra, all on the DS. Wow, crazy morning. We still got an hour and a half left, but great start. There was a message that somebody wanted me to showcase this on a video. So this is a N64 McDonald's kiosk. So this was the first run of kiosks, video game kiosks, that went into McDonald's. You guys probably remember the ones with the controllers that are attached that come off. That includes the Pokémon Snap one. And then there's also a circular one with 3 TVs around it, multicolored, with the controllers that come out of the actual unit itself. This was the very first run. It was only in certain McDonald's because they were trialing how video games would do in the McDonald's, but there is not a lot of these that survived. The only other one I've seen documented doesn't have the faceplate with the pictures on it. It just has a white faceplate. And I've seen ones with a white faceplate and PS2 controllers coming off and not the wheel. So this is a very rare unit. It's really cool. We barely got it in the door. We actually had to take the door off the front to be able to get it in. And this is removable. It's actually Velcroed on with very heavy duty Velcro. It was broken, cracked when we picked it up. So we bought this on Facebook Marketplace from somebody who was a McDonald's collector, buyer and seller. And it was said to be working. They were in a basement apartment, and when they brought it up, they actually cracked it, and they also broke a bunch of stuff on the inside. So they said it was working when we initially messaged them to buy it, and then when we got there and they brought it up the stairs and we was testing it, it was cracked, and also it didn't work at all. So we had to fix it. What had happened was there's the unit for the controller mechanism is attached to the top, which you can take off, like I explained. But it's all wired down into the internals of there and the TV or something. But if you pull this off, you have to keep it close to the base unit because it's all wired in. They dropped it. She was telling me they dropped it when they were trying to bring it up the stairs, and it ripped all the wires out. So I did some soldering and got it back to working, which is amazing. It doesn't work perfectly. Sometimes the wheel drifts, and sometimes you have to reset it every once in a while because the wheel just has a mind of its own. I'm not an expert at soldering, so I just did it as well as I knew how to, but it's operational, so it's good enough for me. So to turn it on, there's a flap here. To open it, I'm gonna try and see if I can get some there. Oh yeah, I actually can see it. It's just an N64 and an EverDrive in there, and there's some other stuff in there too. So you just have to bend over and turn that console on. We always have it plugged in. So that goes to a power bar in the middle that supplies power for the TV, the N64, and there used to be a speaker system that was set up as well, and you can see here, that's where the speaker was. The speaker does not work at all anymore. So you can run the volume off the TV, which we don't, but back when this was actually in McDonald's, there was a speaker system that was a lot louder than TV, and the sound would come out of there. So when I turn it on, the EverDrive menu is this kind of awkward picture. We tried to change it, but we couldn't figure out how to change it. There's something glitched in the actual unit itself that won't allow us to change the wallpaper. We have attempted, we cannot. There is almost every N64 game in here, so we like to rotate them, but the one that has the best steering tends to be Diddy Kong Racing, so we use that most of the time. And we try not to reset it when people are in here, because who wants to see that picture? Nobody. But that's the N64 unit. It's super cool. And I don't think I mentioned this, but this is just a CRT TV that's sitting in a wooden built stand for it, I guess. And the wooden stand is built on the inside of the cabinet, and it just sits in this wooden stand. And then this is plexiglass over top. Cool. So after they trialed these units, that's when they started to mass produce the bigger ones, the ones that you probably remember, which is the Pokémon Snap one that prints the pictures, and then the triple TV one around that big circular unit. Those are the ones that most people remember. A lot of people don't remember this, although some people do, because this was in certain McDonald's. Really cool piece of history. All right, we got Jack here, a fellow content creator. He is picking up this Atari 2600 in some games. Do you want to explain what your channel is and kind of what you do?
Hey, yeah. So I'm an animator, and I run all my animations through an old CRT or VHS tape. That's just to give it some extra sauce at the end. And right now, my own personal project is I'm making my game Bounce 2, which is a fake sequel to a old Atari game that we're going to reskin one of these cartridges and convince hopefully some people that this is a true sequel to an old classic that will kind of trick them into remembering.
My main design philosophy for this game basically boils down to, can my dad play the game? I've handed him controllers my whole life, and he just kind of doesn't really play a lot of games, but I love games that are accessible. A game like Mario Kart, you can kind of hand that controller to anybody and they can play. They might not be able to drift, but they can race from start to finish and enjoy the game. So that was the kind of design philosophy I had with Bounce. Bounce is launching on Steam in February, and then on Switch and other platforms following that. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, so I'm just here digging through the piles here. You got a great selection. My page is called Mr. Jackio on Instagram. My animation brand is called Digital Joy.
Awesome. And then, so you'll have to send me this when you post it, and then we'll post it on our story so people can follow up.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I always love meeting other content creators. Super cool meeting Jack. So he picked up the Atari 2600. We threw him in an extra controller. He grabbed Super Breakout, Pressure Cooker, Golf, Combat, Sword Quest Fireworld, Freeway, Pac-Man, Gorf, Tennis, Asteroids, Video Olympics, and Donkey Kong. That is a good starter pack for Atari. So really excited to see when he puts the video together, whenever he gets his content done. Be cool to see the stuff that's in the store live in action over on Instagram. We are coming up on the end of the day here. We got like 10 minutes left before we have to close early at 1:30. We also sold a copy of Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban on the GameCube, 2 shirts, Chicken Little on the PS2, Call of Duty World at War on PS3, Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection on PS3. And I think that's going to be it today. I'll be surprised if anyone else comes in. It's also pouring rain outside, so we're going to start packing up. And then I got the wedding to go to. So we will see you guys tomorrow.